Hi, people. This is Deborah. Let me read the disclaimer. All the information provided on this channel is for educational purposes only, and this channel does not promote or encourage misuse of the information. I will mention some alleged happenings today, and yes, I will give my opinions about some things. My thoughts matter, and so does yours. I will use words not intending to offend people, but to describe my point of view and how I see things. I rely 85% on my intuition, telepathy, and clairvoyance, and I am still learning at age 67. I am an observer of all things, inside and out, including people. I do not follow anybody that degrades femininity and masculinity in all people, which means people have feminine and masculine in them, whether they want to accept it, that's on them. But I believe in education. I like to say that I adore babies. And I also enjoy the company of homosexuals, transgenders, and lesbians because I understand the embryo process. Also, as a teenager, I remember I received a dear friend who was a bisexual, and he was very loyal to me, and we became great friends. I enjoyed him because I obviously looking back, guys was always coming for me. They were always trying to talk to me. And I didn't have to worry about that when I was with him. So he was kind of like a little protector. I had to look at, it's funny. I was never a vanity type of person. Now, I did have I had the arrogance and I had the pride, but the vanity person, I just never was never a mirror person. I did love clothes, so I was stuck on clothing. But I look back at my early years, and my daughter, she's very pretty. And I compared her picture to my younger picture. I'm like, oh, that's what these people was looking at. But I used my time with my best friend who was a homosexual. I really enjoyed my time with him because I didn't have to worry about guys bothering me. Um, so if I had not experienced or was not educated in anatomy, I probably would be ignoring the embryo process in the womb. And the reason being is because women don't realize and men don't understand either, some of them. Maybe the doctors do, but it's a lot being pregnant. The mother goes through a lot being pregnant. Everything affects the baby. If the mother's upset, that affects the baby. If the mother uh, is just complaining, that affects everything that the mother does while she's pregnant, affects the baby. Let me just quickly explain the process of the embryo, real quickly. This is what I was told by a very high ranking sorority uh, profession. And she's no longer with us, and man, do I miss her. But anyway, she explained it to me. The baby is a tadpole. It starts out as a tadpole. That's the story where Adam, which is Adam, is actually Atom. Adam gets to name the animals. The animals is inside. The baby, the embryo goes through the animal stages for the first 3 months. Okay, it starts out looking like a tadpole. And then after that, it goes through the 3 month process. And then after the 3 month process, it starts forming into a female. Okay. And and then at 6 months, they're able to tell whether it stays a female or it is now a male. That's why people can't find out. Well, they may have equipment now where they can find out. Uh, is that embryo a boy, because it starts out as a girl. That makes you feminine and masculine. Okay. Uh, it's not a sexual thing. This has nothing to do with sex. Feminine and masculine is a mindset. It's the way. It's a very spiritual thing. Uh, but I'll get back to that. Now, I was saying, if I hadn't had this experience, I would be just like the typical person that had not read the Bible, only listened to the preacher talk about homosexuals. But I'm glad that I was a literal studier for years, and then I went into the uh, tools that you use with the Bible to explain what the words mean. I did that for years. And then after that, slowly I started getting initiated into the spirituality, and that's where I'm at today. Now, those who have not studied biology would not agree with me about the stages of the embryo, and it would mean, because it would mean you re-evaluating yourself and what you've studied, and that's okay, because I'm gonna tell you, it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. Yes, I got this from my intuition and my studies, and the high-ranking sorority physician confirmed it, and she's no longer with us. My son is a homosexual, and the problem he had was unlearned Bible readers and the Quran trying to condemn him in their ignorance. You have to understand that the Bibles, books, all books were written by the patriarchals, which is the brotherhood. Now you can go and you can search on that. Uh, these guys was into uh, they're the writers of the books that you find that you talk about. They're the writers. Now, over the years, I've been approached by lesbians, and I had to explain some of them. They were reading my intent the wrong way. I am friendly toward all people, regardless of your sexual orientation. I tend to give attention to the insecure people and the ones society does not accept. Of course, those who have not studied biology would not agree with me about the stages of the embryo, and it would be okay. Now, one reason for homelessness among the LGBT youth is that they ran away because of the family rejection. I can't begin to tell you how many homosexuals and lesbians that I have talked to. And they probably cling to me because I have a homosexual around me all the time, which is my son. My son is a homosexual, not Deborah. Okay. But I still enjoy the time that I spend with homosexual, lesbians. Uh, I love myself some transgender. I have, they are so silly, and I have so much, and I love to laugh. Transgenders are funny, very funny for me. Uh, they tend to do girly things. I'm not really a girly girl, but I do know how to dress like a girl when I need to. Now, the other reason is why they're thrown out from being LGBT is that the ignorance. Most homes are ignorant of the scriptures that talks about male should not lie with male. It is a mistranslation. And in the slides, I will indicate that, and I will indicate where I got that the mistranslation. I will show that where it comes from. So what I put in the slides here, I've given you what Black Lives Matters. I've given you the Renaissance. I've given you even our ex president uh, was okay with uh, gay marriages in some states. I'm the type of person. I'm just for the right thing. I don't have a problem with your sex orientation as long as it's consensual, which means no rape, no abuse, and no messing with little boys and little girls. And long as that doesn't happen, I'm good with your sex orientation because everybody have different preferences. I was going to talk a little bit more about the heterosexual, but I think I'm going to leave that for another time. But I hope that you enjoy these slides and get with me. Let's talk about it.